Let's get into it.
All right. So today's topic, like, it's something that I've been like dealing with throughout the week. That's why I wanted to do it, and it was like anxiety. So I was watching Creed 3, and he tackled like toxic masculinity and how guys, hold that stuff in. So that's what I've been like. You feel me? I've been doing. I've been wanting to, ghost. My phone's on do not disturb, and I just been on my own zone. So that's why I wanted to address it. Like my anxiety is been going crazy this week, and I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to, let it out, but at the same time, it's like, nah, I don't open up much. So that's why I felt I was mad that you guys kept wanting to, change the subject this week because it's like this week is personal, this week is me, and I wanted to focus on that. I wanted to, be able to open up about anxiety.
What you feeling anxious about?
It's like when stress comes, I just like to get like overwhelmed. Then my anxiety just starts to build up, and it's like I don't show it, but I'll be ready. I'll be mad. I'll be wanting to pop off on somebody, but I don't show it, so I just keep it to myself, and it just builds up.
I think that was like a deflect answer. That was not answering the question.
That's
So
like defining
you,
anxiety.
yeah, you didn't say what's been going on to get you to your anxiety to come out. What's been going on?
So I'll say this: I've been trying, I'll be doing my thing, and then people be like criticizing me on things that how to do right, and I hate like when people come to my tell me what I'm doing wrong. I hate when people, criticize me on things. I want to be perfect in everything I do, and and when I start messing up, that's when my anxiety comes and it takes me. It's like you can't mess up. I can't mess up. Do things. I can't do things wrong. I don't have the. I'm not allowed to. I'm a perfectionist, and I like to have everything done right in my way. So I've been messing up a lot this week, and it's like, damn, how do I get myself back together? How do I do this? And then my anxiety just attacking me. It's like, and then like in those intrusive thoughts be like, you're not good enough. You're not doing this right. And it's like, so how do I, you know, how do I do things right? How do I get myself back together? And I've been trying to do that by myself. Like I'm not opening up. I got my phone under my disturb, and it's affected my friendships. It's affected, the people closest to me. I felt attacked by me because it's like my toxic trait, I guess. We talk about toxic masculinity, right? And how a man should show those emotions, but it's like as soon as a man shows these emotions, they get shut down or they get brushed off. So it's like we're people are real hypocrites when they talk about toxic masculinity when they say that because it's like a man wants to open up, but then at the same time y'all brush them off. So it's like what does a man do? How does a man be able to talk to people like that?
Well, I want to say, as far as you being a perfectionist and everything, one thing you gotta learn that you're human. You're gonna make mistakes, and plus, you're 18. Of course, you're gonna make mistakes and stuff. And I don't think you should be so hard on yourself to be perfect all the time and stuff. I understand that you want to, like, you have goals, you want to thrive to do things and stuff. But honestly, I really don't feel like you should be hard on yourself as far as that goes. Because nobody's perfect.
He said,
Yeah. And everybody gets to where they gotta be at their own pace, so it's just like you do what you gotta do.
I think we talk about when we talk about like our issues, we gotta like I'm very like I think about it a lot and it comes where does it stem from? Why do I feel this way? And it comes from, being the third child. It's like the third child I was always brushed off. I was always like the joke. for the family because I was the youngest. I was the one making all these mistakes, and nobody held me to that standard. So that's why I'm always pushing myself to that standard because no, I didn't have somebody there. I know y'all. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. Having somebody there to actually put you in the right path or be there or support you. I don't have that. That's where my toxic masculinity comes through, and it's like we tr- we try to address it in real life situations, and is in real life it's like a joke. It's not like a movie. We really don't care about how a man feels. If we're being honest, because it's a man. A man's supposed to do this. I don't know if Andre you relate to that for being a man, and it's like you try to be you can't open up because you're the standard. You're supposed to be expected. People expect this from you.
I I think it's a little bit different for me because I'm gay. So me opening up and I think I could do it a little bit more than you probably could. For you, it probably be looked at as like, oh, you're weak or something like that. And also, I wanted to touch on what you were saying about like being that you're the third child. I was the second child. I'm the middle child, and I think for me, I did have somebody telling me like be independent, Dre. Like do what you're supposed to do, and I didn't like that. Like I didn't like that I had to be independent, and my older brother got everything handed to him, and then because my sister is the only girl from my mom, it's like that's her baby girl, so I'm gonna do everything for her. So I had to toughen up and grow up a little bit faster and do things that they didn't have to do. So I don't know if like you get what I'm going with it. Like you didn't get that, I did, and I didn't like that.
I see. Is like my experience is being the third child was I was always feel like a joke. Like if I did something, it's like, oh, he was bound to do that. So it's like how I hold myself to that standard because I've known I'm very ambitious and I'm very like I want if I see something I go I get it and I grind for it. I get it eventually because that's who I am as a person. And it's like those anxiety attacks like coming at me when I start messing up, and that's really what's been going on. So as and then like not only has it just been mentally, but my relationships around me, my friends started like I started pushing people away, and it's like my friends call me out, and they're so I have these friends, and they cut me off. Like I won't say they cut me off, but it's basically what happened. We had an argument, we had a fallout, and it's like you tell me. I know we as human we all have fallouts as friends, but when it's just hard while you're having going through these. Is like I don't know how to explain it very well.
No, I get what you're trying to say. So let me ask you this: are you okay?
Mm, Men- mentally, I'm doing like better this today, especially after you called me. You're like, oh, we got you. After that call, I felt way better. Like I felt relieved in a sense of way when you told me that. Oh, I just needed like to talk to you, or even if it's just to push this back a little. It just made my mood a way better. Like that's helped me so much, and it was just the smallest thing. So yeah, right now mentally I'm better. So I thank you for that because you really pulled me through that, and it was the smallest thing.
Welcome. I just think that it kind of like it starts with us. We, I feel like personally with myself, and I was just telling Kay about this, just like with asking for help or anything like this, anything like that. I am so stubborn and I don't, my pride is so big. I don't like to ask for anything, anything. Like, I needed help from Kay so she could help me. She could send me some money for the podcast, for something for the podcast. And I literally sat on a message for like 15 minutes because I didn't want to send it to her because I just don't like people thinking that I need help. But when you have good people in your corner, people that you can trust, people that you know will help you, try their best to help you, you shouldn't be afraid or prideful to ask for help or to ask to talk, anything like that. And I think that's a reason why I don't want to say that's a reason why your friends or whoever might not like want to mess with you. Because for me, it could be like I'm thinking about like me putting myself in their shoes. It could be like a slap in the face because why you feel like you can't come to me or why you feel like we're supposed to be cool. You tell me everything else. You tell me when you're doing good. Why you can't tell me when you're doing bad? Why you can't talk to me when you need help? You know, just like I'm looking at it from that standpoint too. And then I seen something, I be seeing little different signs. And then when I be on social media, I think I have like a good side of social media because I be seeing inspirational stuff and I be trying to send it to y'all here and there when I see it. I seen this post, it said, fold your ego, fold your ego, and I'll bet you fly. Fold your ego to a paper plane and I'll bet you fly. And a lot of people need to hear that because a lot of people is very prideful. The egos just won't allow you to do certain things. And I think like it literally starts with us being able to talk to each other and here's what we want to hear and hear what we don't want to hear too. Because a lot of times people don't want to hear what they don't want to hear. They want to hear only what they want to hear. And that comes down to constructive criticism, and that's something that I struggle with, and I try to like now I'm trying to like hear people out and see where you're going with it. It was at one point where a person would come up to me about something and I stopped them. Like, what you mean I'm doing this wrong? What you mean? Like, face tooted up because I'm not trying to comprehend and communicate like you're supposed to as human beings. I'm just like, damn, okay, you coming for me. And it don't be like that. Sometimes people really be looking out for you, and some people be trying to like get you before you fall for real, like before you fall flat on your face. They be trying to help you, and I think again, going back to it starts with us. Like we have to open up. It's at least to the ones that is solid.
And so this might sound like misogynistic, but I don't let I don't like when a woman sees me like this. You feel me? So to like Jasmine and Katie, like it's uncomfortable for me to see that for them to see me like as weak as I'm like expressing my feelings because they're like, oh man, shouldn't be like that. Again, it's back to toxic masculinity. A man shouldn't do that in front of a woman. He should be strong. All of it. So I just want to know like what's your opinion on that?
I don't think you
But
should feel
it's
no
it's
type of.
nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with expressing yourself and showing your feelings. And it's for me, it's all about like how you do it. Not saying that it's a right way and a wrong way for a man to express his feelings, but if you just like pop up out the blue and just let's just say for example, just say me and you dating and I just been doing something that you don't like that is like piss you off and it's like nagging you to an extreme. But you never told me this. You just dealt with it. And then one day you just like go crazy. But you're expressing yourself, telling me that, oh, I don't like that you do this. You've been doing it for this amount of time, and I never said nothing. But it done got to a certain point. I can't take it no more. Now, if you explode and go about it that way, I'm gonna be looking at you kind of crazy because you should have been told me that that's how you was feeling when you felt it at that moment.
So, Vari, for you and just like your age group, what is some traits like you see? What do you think toxic masculinity is?
I I guess it's the same way he explained it. But when he, I will say the only way to break the toxic masculinity if you actually like open up and you start doing the stuff that you think is toxic masculinity to break it, so you won't have that like when you do it, you won't think it's toxic masculinity, or it won't be seen as toxic masculinity if you do it more often and you like put yourself out there, to break it. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like it starts with you. I guess you just have to change your ways and change how you think of things.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true
caught
because
myself.
the fact that it's titled toxic masculinity is crazy. Like, why can't it just be masculine?
So my form of it was I was about to go ghost. Like I was just about to just forget everybody, put my phone do not disturb, and just never talk to them again. So that was my thing. That was when I caught myself. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I gotta open up. I gotta talk to somebody that will understand. That will probably like hear me out. So I guess that's when I caught myself trying to like step away from that because that's what I normally do. I just break everybody else before I break down. So nobody gets to see that side of me.
I was going to say, I don't think you should feel no type of way about sharing your emotions in front of me and Kay or whatever. Especially because since, a few weeks ago, I had my little moment and stuff. And you're better than me because, child, I couldn't even make it through the damn podcast for it. So I feel like, I don't know. Because I
But
think,
it's not
like,
even
I kind
about
of,
that. It's just
huh?
like as as a human, male or female, you should be able to express yourself regardless without feeling like, oh, I'm a man, so I shouldn't be acting this way or expressing myself this way. Oh, I'm a grown woman, I shouldn't be expressing myself like a little kid. I should be able to express myself better. Like, to each his own. That's just like with grieving. Everybody grieves differently, so everybody's going to show their emotions differently. So nobody should be getting judged about the way they choose to show their emotions.
You have to look at it too. Like when you grow up, you see things and you see what's the norm and what's not the norm. So when you've grown up and you've never seen your dad cry, you've never seen your dad show any other emotion, uh, like sad emotion or anything like that. You've never seen that. Then you just grow up to thinking that you're not supposed to do it either. So I think it starts with fathers being able to teach their sons like it's okay to cry. It's okay to have a bad day and need to talk about it. That's the thing. Like people be going through things, males be going through things and they feel like they just cannot talk about it because that's something that they've learned or been taught to keep it in. And it's hard to break that.
And no matter how like long you keep it in, eventually it is gonna come out in like the worst way possible. So
It's easier to just rip it off like a band-aid.
Justin, do you feel like you had that relationship with your dad where you feel like you can go to him and be vulnerable? No.
Is that I don't have a relationship with anybody. So it's like I try to build it with my brother, and my brothers are the same like me. And the whole thing's in. We don't talk about it. We rather hold a grudge and let our relationship ruin than talk about it. And that's like toxic masculinity. And it's so I have
It's
that I have
toxic.
a relationship like that with my brother, and I'm trying to like break it. I'm trying to talk to them, have a good conversation with them. But not so long ago, we had a conversation where we actually talked with my uncle. it was me, my uncle, and my brothers. Where we went down to the root of why we are like how we are, and it's basically us not talking to each other in the sense of love. Like we don't say "I love you." We don't hug each other. We don't even say "good morning" to each other. It's just hi, and that's it. You feel me? So it's a norm in our house to be like no feelings or no love to other guys.
I understand that. I just recently went on a trip with my big sister, and we did the trip did wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. And I guess my toxic masculinity was like, okay, I'm not gonna talk to her no more, blah blah blah. And today, even though I'm pretty sure she felt like how I was feeling too, because people are not stupid. They know what's going on, whether you say something or not. They know what's going on.
Hello.
Today, she sent me. She was at like some sort of um convention where the people was talking, and in the videos that she sent me, they was talking about podcasters, and if you have a studio or if you're a first time podcaster, you just trying to make it. And like, even though she really pissed me off, and she know that, and I probably really pissed her off too, because just because I have feelings and she have feelings, and her feelings are valid and my feelings are valid, she still sent me that stuff, and that made me feel good. Like, she, even though we was at odds with our relationship, she sent me that stuff, and she didn't have to. She could have kept that information for her or did whatever she wanted to do with the information, but she still sent it to me. So it just be like, damn, like the love is there. The love is never disconnect, but I don't know, like, how you have to find how to deal with a person. And I guess that's where we're struggling with how to really deal with each other and tolerate each other. But I mean, it's not even like we bicker or anything like that, because I'm not getting into no argument with nobody. I'm not doing it. Like I'm on, like, let me not lie. I get into an argument here and there. If you push the right buttons, I'm gonna get into it. But I'm not getting into an argument with her. It's just certain things. But she sent me that shit, so it's just like, I don't know. It makes me want to lock in even more, but it just like, just me being so sheltered and me being all my mom. She can she can tell me if I'm lying right here. My mom kept us in a box all our life, like literally safety vest around our bodies, and any little thing that a person does that's not within that comfort zone, I'm like, my eyes are like lit up, like I'm scared. I feel like I'm in an unknown environment, and I feel like that's because our mom has kept such a like safety net around us when I do go out and experience life. And even if it is a little crazy, it messes up my whole time, because I'm like, I'm not even like, okay, let me vibe, let me chill. I'm just, I don't want to do nothing. I just be in a box. I feel. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but I just felt like I needed to say that. And I think a lot of times when we do talk, sometimes I be saying certain things because, and you probably say something, certain things. Everybody probably say certain things because when you talk about something, it helps you get through it. I don't want to always be in a box. I don't want to always be in a safety net to where I feel like I cannot go out and have a good time and do certain things because I'm afraid. Like a friend of mine invited me to this event where he ended up meeting some of the greatest Atlanta known, worldwide, but Atlanta, because they're a trailblazer in the city. He met a couple of trailblazers, and I was supposed to go, but I'm scared because I don't want nobody to say anything about my insecurity, and I'm in an environment that I'm not used to. I'm used to being home. I'm not used to going out. I'm not used to doing anything. And I don't have a lot of people to just do stuff with. So it really be like, damn, either I'm finna do this shit by myself or I'm never gonna be special in life. I'm never gonna be, like Justin said, what did you do to be special? Like, I've been really around here thinking like, yeah, I missed to get into it. But what am I doing? What am I getting into? Like, what am I doing? So I'm just saying that just to say, like, talk about it. Talk about it. Don't be afraid to talk about it.
And
And
you're not
If
weak,
you ever need
Justin,
to
for
talk to
think about
someone,
your
call 1-800
emotions.
get
KK,
into the podcast.
well, we need to start a hotline.
Let me be for real.
But no, yeah, I think you just have to talk about it. Even just talking about it, I feel like the more you talk about it, the better you're gonna get. Like the next time he called me and tell me, "Oh, Dre, you want to go to this red carpet?" I'm going. No questions asked. I need to really live up to my name. I'm Mr. Get Into It, and I'll be getting into nothing.
I was basically asking you if you just had like a safe space where you feel like you could talk to people and really fully, unfilteredly get your emotions out. I don't know
No,
if unfilteredly
no.
or word, but well, you said no.
Like what I do when I start feeling like some type of way, I tell I'm literally my own best friend. I tell myself, I got this, or like I'm gonna get through this, or oh, this just God testing me. That's what I say to myself, and I just get through the day, get through the week, just telling myself that. So I really don't talk to people in that way. I just tell myself, oh, I got this. Oh, I'm the best. Like I'm I'm like a little insane. I want to say because I would go to the mirror and just talk to
You were
myself.
insane?
Yeah, because I would talk to myself, just look at the mirror and just scream at myself, something about I'm the best. I got this. I'm great.
You ain't insane. That's affirmations.
So yeah, that's literally what I do to keep myself good.
Why would you say that you're insane?
You're not
Uh,
insane.
because it's like nope, the things I do is not normal in a way.
I do that. I talk to myself in the mirror all the time.
Well, I have a suggestion. If
I
you feel
kiss myself in the mirror. All that.
you can text yourself, you can text yourself, send a message to yourself, or write it down in your notes how you feel. So you won't hold it on your chest. You can get it out. Even though it won't be to a person, it'll be to yourself. It's just you letting it go. It
Mm.
helps.
But you know what? And another thing, like a few weeks ago, I couldn't go to Jasmine and tell her anything because we were just getting to know each other. But now I could tell her anything. And Kay, hands down, if the house about to be on fire, I'm finna call Kay and tell her what should I do. Like
Child, you need to season some chicken. You go, what should I put on this?
I could tell Kate anything. So I feel like with us doing a podcast, this is not only for us to talk to each other on a Thursday at 10 o'clock and that's it. You like I told you today, speak up. If you knew that you and I knew you were at work the last one, so that's why I was like, let me call him and see if he's at work. If there's anything that and I feel like I'm above my time, like I'm a pastor. I got advice for every goddamn thing. Like you could
The
call,
way
you
you said
text,
pastor and cursed in the same sentence is crazy.
you could call and you can ask away, and I'll be able to tell you, at least try to steer you in the right direction. I would never, and I'm going to always tell you where you're wrong at. I want you to tell me where I'm wrong at. Sometimes,
Be
most,
for real.
but this right here is a brothership, a sistership, all of that. Like we get on each other's nerves. I'm pretty sure if we get on each other's nerves, we talk to each other. We can tell each other. I mean, I guess you just have to get comfortable. But that's why when I be talking to Kay, I'll be like, and I know everybody's not comfortable, obviously, because y'all haven't yet to do it. But I'll be like, I promise you, I'll be like this. I'll be like, Kay, text Justin and talk to him or ask him about something about the podcast. And I'll be trying to like let it start like that and then work its way
When you
to.
told me that,
I've told you that before. And Jasmine, I've told you that before too.
Who?
I've told you to text somebody, or I'll call, or I'll just call, or I'll be on the phone with Late and Jasmine only, or I'll be on the phone with uh
don't
Kay.
say me because you don't be on the phone with me and nobody.
That's a. I've called you before while I
If
was
you,
on
if who we was on the phone with?
Jasmine.
When?
We did
Us three?
that. Hmm.
Go through your call log.
Oh, it was. Oh no, it was me, Justin, and Jasmine, and then it was me, Jasmine, and Lay.
Yeah, it was not me and nobody because I don't remember that.
But y'all need to lock in too because y'all in the same. Y'all in the same. I wouldn't say city, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all in the same vicinity.
Yeah, so don't
You live
nobody
in
be talking
Miami.
outside the podcast.
Excuse
And
me.
because I talked to all of y'all outside. Well, I don't talk too much to Justin outside of the podcast. I'm gonna do my rounds though, for real,
That's
because
what you want us all to be.
I need to make sure the mental health is intact because it's bigger than just the podcast.
That is true. Because when I was going through my little situation, Drake was very much checking up on me. Very much. Thank you.
You're welcome,
I don't know
Mom.
if I thanked you, but thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I honestly, I honestly want to see us win. I want to see us win outside of the podcast, whether it's Kay being able to style Beyonce or whoever Kay,
Let me hide in your bag. Let me hide in your bag, girl. If you do Beyonce.
whoever head Kay want to touch. I pray that she touched that person's head.
That'll be the day me and KK have our solo conversation and she do Beyonce.
Decline.
You declining Beyonce?
No.
She declining
I'm
me.
declining her call.
Oh, oh, I was about to say. So just stuff like that. I want to see everybody win. So we have to lock in for real, because we're a team. So
Locked in tight like a booty.
All in this together. I don't know the words.
We
did
having a
we get
high school
into it?
musical break.
Did we get into it?
Yeah.
I think we got into it.
Talk to your people. Tell your people how you're feeling.
Yeah, just don't be scared.
We
Don't
had
feel
put
like
out I wish I had a speaker so that I could yell in it.
My people be
And we
really.
could put out a public service announcement to tell these folks. Talk to your people.
don't feel like you're not a man, Justin, when you express your feelings.
Because I feel like I feel like I'm a governor talking to my community, telling y'all to talk to y'all's people.
Well, you could say just the first lady.
Hello,
Yeah.
the first lady coming to tell you live in effect talk to your people, talk to your peers.
All right, y'all. Did we get into it?
Did we get into it?
Did we get into it?
We definitely got into it, child.
We got into
Perfect.